Hey everyone, welcome back to another Godzilla Battleline video, and today I am talking to you about the new meta that has taken shape over the last week in this season, Season 11 of Godzilla Battleline. Now, there is a lot to consider when, trying to decipher the meta, see what's good, what's not. There's been a lot of buffs and a lot of nerfs in the last few seasons, so we're going to take a look at the three best characters I think that you could be slotting into your deck right now in Godzilla Battleline. First things first, Batra. Batra has been meta for months. I really don't want to spend too much time talking about Batra because there's plenty of videos on this channel, there's plenty of tier lists on this channel talking about how good he is. But for those of you who are brand new to the game, I actually have gotten this question this week. What makes Batra better than everyone else? He has a decent attack, he flies, which already makes him good against, only ground units, and he provides, you can see on the screen right there, a buff to your team, an attack boost. Off the top of my head, I cannot remember if it's 25% boost or 30% boost, so I apologize for that, but I am pretty sure it's 25%. So, very good. You can place him on the field and give all your units an attack buff. It's very, very strong, and it's been a staple in any deck for months and months and months. There's plenty of videos on this channel talking about it, so I'm not going to waste any more time on him. Fire Rodan is a unit that I want to talk about for sure. So for those of you who are new to the game, you might not have used Fire Rodan, but Fire Rodan previously, before this season, he had like a 25 or like 20 or 25 second evolution timer, just like, Violante does, Batra does. All the evolution units have a timer, except for now Fire Rodan, who evolves on death. Being a guaranteed evolution unit is incredible, and we've been saying for months and months, as long as Fire Rodan has actually been in the game, that Fire Rodan probably has the best healing. We don't actually know the concrete numbers, exactly how much healing he's doing, or if it's percent based or static based, like if it's like Psychic Chorus or if it's like Mothra's leader ability. But now that he's everywhere, Toho has to let us know eventually, right? So Fire Rodan has always had the best healing in the game, or we assume the best healing in the game, and it really shows. You see on the screen right there, my Batra is being healed like crazy. He's tanking a ton of hits. He was able to take down that Mothra and I think another unit as well. And getting that guaranteed heal is so nice, because it used to be Fire Rodan, you'd send him out in the field, he has a speed boost, so he would just shoot up to the enemies and then he would die super fast. It was like impossible to evolve him. You could evolve him if you had yours at a high level, like a decent level, but it just wasn't feasible for newer players. Now, even at level 1, you're going to guarantee an evolution, because on death he evolves. This has absolutely changed the way the healing game is being played in Battleline, especially considering Psychic Chorus got a big nerf. So Psychic Chorus is still good. It is still a very good piece. However, it is not doing as much healing as it used to do, especially in the higher ranks. If your like Psychic Chorus is lower in your ranks, like 10, 15 or whatever, it's still going to be good for like your lower ranks. But if your Psychic Chorus is like 25, it is not doing nearly as much healing. Like the level 30 Psychic Choruses are healing for like 300 less or something. I'm not 100% sure on those numbers, so don't take that 100%, but we do have resources that you can check out for yourself on this channel, actual stats. So I'm not 100% sure on the nerf for Psychic Chorus, but anyway, it's still good heal, not nearly as good as it was. This is the point I'm trying to get across. Fire Rodan is taking over that slot for sure, because not only is he healing on death, but he also is a pretty solid attacker, and with that Batra boost, if you can get both of them boosted up together, that is a deadly combination, Batra and Fire Rodan. So definitely a slot in a deck. I think most decks these days are actually slotting in Fire Rodan over Psychic Chorus, and it's huge, and I see it on my Discord all the time. People are getting dubs after dubs after dubs with that combo. Next, Mecha King Ghidorah. Mecha King Ghidorah, I don't think is meta this season, but Mecha King Ghidorah is definitely an incredibly strong unit to slot in your deck. And my opinion on if he's meta or not may change in the coming weeks. This is still the first full week of the season, so these are my preliminary thoughts. And my thoughts on Batra, obviously solid. They've been solid for a long time. Fire Rodan solidified what I thought. He was a great healer. Now we got confirmed he's a great healer. You love to see it. Mecha King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah himself, obviously, has always been a good unit. There's a lot. He's always been at the tops of my tier list. He has great AoE, great damage spread, and he's powerful, and he has a lot of health. So he's always been a staple in decks as one of the main damage dealers for, as long as this game's been around, pretty much. So the fact that they just made him better is pretty good. King Ghidorah proper suffered no nerfs, right, and no buffs. Mecha King Ghidorah is a buffed version of regular King Ghidorah. If you can survive that 45-second evolution time, you get per level, I think it's like 50 more attack damage, which not a whole lot, but its attack speed actually is lower. So in the game, both King Ghidorah and Mecha King Ghidorah say I believe 2.8 or 2.1 attack. I can't remember off the top of my head, but Mecha King Ghidorah's attack actually is 2.1, and King Ghidorah proper's attack is 2.7 or 2.8, just by our Discord doing testing to see like what it is. Because if you notice, when you play Mecha King Ghidorah, it's attacking pretty fast, right? And then King Ghidorah is attacking pretty slow, but the stats page doesn't really reflect that. So at this time, we're believing that the attack values are actually different, and this wouldn't be the first time something like this has happened in Godzilla Battle Line. But if you can't evolve into Mecha King Ghidorah proper is still a very good unit, right? Still a very solid unit. And while I don't think King Ghidorah proper is meta, Mecha King Ghidorah, I think he might be. Mecha King Ghidorah, you send him straight up the enemy line with that Fire Rodan buff, and you're going to be zooming him straight on ahead. He's fast, Fire Rodan is fast, the two of them going down right into your enemy's face. That is a deadly combination that needs to be dealt with ASAP. Because if your units lock on to Fire Rodan before they lock on to the damage dealer, and that Fire Rodan dies, they're going to have a very, very difficult time taking down Mecha King Ghidorah, because that healing is going to keep him alive for a long time. And as well, if he's not Mecha King Ghidorah and he is regular King Ghidorah and the same thing happens and you take down that Fire Rodan first, it's giving regular King Ghidorah way more time to evolve. And if he's just on the cusp of evolving, if you can't kill him because of Fire Rodan heal, it is insane. If you can guarantee a Mecha King Ghidorah on the field, you power him up with Batra, you power them up with Rodan, that is an incredibly scary push, the three of them. Batra with anything is already, kind of difficult to deal with, right, to the inexperienced. But now you take Mecha King Ghidorah, one of the best damage dealers at the moment, right? Fast attack, a lot of damage, strong. Give him a damage buff, give him a 25% damage boost. Give him a huge speed boost, and on top of that, there's the possibility of a heal that heals everyone. It's crazy. So these three probably at the moment is one of the deadliest, if not the deadliest trio in the game right now. And they're all flyers, so G89 not going to stop them. Biollante not going to stop them. Jet Jaguars not stopping them, right? So it's something to keep in mind that they can only be hit by, units that can hit anti-air. And, while that is a lot, there are some really powerful units that can't. And there are some really powerful units like, Kiryus or Burning Godzillas or Godzilla 54s that aren't leveled up, because they're not in the store to be purchased at this time. So people are having a difficult time leveling them up, and they would be really good counters, but because they're such low levels and we can't rent them, it doesn't even matter, right? So this is just a very oppressive trio. Batra and Rodan, or Fire Rodan, for sure, meta this season, 100%. You feel comfortable putting them in your deck as guarantee slot-ins. King Ghidorah, Mecha King Ghidorah, definitely very deadly with these two. I think I'm going to need to sit on him and use him more before I decide if he's meta or not. But Fire Rodan and Batra you can combo with any other high damage dealer like Kiryu or Ultima and get similar effects. But Mecha King Ghidorah is kind of in a league of his own at the moment, and I think I'm just going to have to play around with him more to get my final thoughts on him down before we do a tier list for this season. And with that being said, those are my thoughts on the meta this season. Biollante and Psychic Chorus, they had their time. Biolante's not doing as much damage as she used to be doing. She's still highest DPS if she's in water because she gets that 80% damage boost, but on land, it's actually looking like Jet Jaguar Singular Point has a better DPS than Biollante at the moment on land. So, and Psychic Chorus, like I said, big nerf as well, and Fire Rodan is kind of replacing her, or it, because it's a, it's a spell, it's not a person, for healing. So, while Psychic Chorus and Biollante is still very, very good, I don't think they are automatic slot-ins to your deck anymore. I think you have a little bit more wiggle room to experiment, and by that I mean put Fire Rodan in your deck because he's going to do well. If you don't want to put him in your deck, you can always do Psychic Chorus. There's lots of ways to work around the meta this season, but Batra, Fire Rodan, for sure are meta. Mecha King Ghidorah, I think Mecha King Ghidorah probably is meta as well. So, with that being said, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.